Oh. Oh, you're here. Oh, well, I wasn't expecting you until... Oh, we've gone 2 minutes. Oh, I see. Oh, well, that explains why you're here. Hello? Welcome? Yes? As you can see, by reading the title of this stream, we're going to do some more Milton Valley Railroad building in Trainz. That's absolutely what it says. Yes, thank you, Kangafango, for hosting with your one viewer, who is probably you yourself, because I've never seen a host come up with 0 viewers, so my guess would be that the one viewer is yourself. So, thanks for coming. Let's see if there's anybody else in chat. Mr. W! Hello! Mr. W, welcome! Hey, hello, yes. Right. Probably. Hi! Good. Hello, hello. So, who do we have here then? Well, I'm not sure if you know this, but this is not an avenue. It is, it's train tracks. And here, I have 2 of them. That's the usual amount. And den, well, I guess you could say that this is kind of like a den for humans, but I prefer to call it a house. Right. So, now that that's out of the way, let's get started. Surely it would be 3 LOs. Well, maybe. Hello, 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 or hello, hello. I think both work. Yeah, only just fair enough, I'd say. Only just. And by just, I mean just as in justice. So, only just fair enough. Alright. Have 4. Right? So, last time, we mostly finished off this area. I did want to place some animals in this field here. However, we have already begun over here. Or rather, over here. Yes, we'll continue along this way. So, animals in here. I think Kangafango wanted some pigs in there. So, let's just see what kind of pigs we have to put in here. Let's just make sure I'm on the correct layer. We can have some pigions. Are those the kind of pigs you wanted? The pigions. +2 LO. And the ultra pensnickety analysis for the sake of highly advanced surreal comedy starts at the very start. That'll be a fun one. Of course. I've never used persnickety before. Shadows! Persnickety, my bad. All that. And they said pigs couldn't fly. Well, actually, I believe they asked when pigs fly. Well, I'd say these pigs have quite a lot of space here. And obviously not as much as they would have if they were wild, because even though this amount of space is much more space than pigs usually get, pigs who are in captivity, but free pigs would obviously have much more space. Let's just move these a bit. Just like this sort of. There we go. It actually autocorrects to persnickety. I have no clue what it means. Yeah, it didn't really meant the Eon kind of pigs. I didn't really mean the Eon kind of pigs, but they might fit too. Pigions. Maybe. Maybe. Right. Nah. Yep. Shadows, will you name one of the pigs? Sure. King of Angus says, Sliver Eagle, why? I can't see him. He's not here. Let's see. Sure, let's name this one. Let's name it Stacy. No, not Stacy. Let's do Polly. Let's do, Polly. There we go. It seems to mean the same thing as persnickety, but persnickety is listed as a subcategory of adjective. Interesting. Oh, hello, Brandit. Welcome, or Brand. How do you want your that to be pronounced? Brandit or Brand? That's so strange. Mr. W also says, Sliver Eagle, hey, he's not here. Why do you keep saying hello to him? Oh hey, it instantly got boring when you two left. Oh, that is both sad and flattering at the same time. Congratulations. Shays, name two of them, Snowball and Napoleon, maybe a third, Squealer. Why? Brand. Oh, right. So then I'll call you that from now on, Brand. What did? Sorry to hear. Shadows, again, ultra analysis. Oh, your stream? Right, so when you tell me why you want me to name them that, then I may do that. However, I really don't know why you all keep going on about Slovak Eagle. He's not here. I have it on the highest of authority. Shadows, Animal Farm references. Maybe try Orwell? Okay, I know how you meant that, and I will name one of them Orwell. Orwell. There we go. So, maybe Pauline? No, not in this case. I'm done naming them now. I want to continue the line. The line, I tell you. The line must be drawn here. No farther. If you get that reference. Do you? Do you get that reference? Is John Cena. You are cultured if you get that reference. Slaveagle. Maybe. Yay, I was torn between Orville and Orwell. XD Orwell. Yeah. Trainz, didn't catch that. Could you repeat it, please? What? Not sure what you mean. Oh! Slovak Eagle is here! Huh. You know, when Slovak Eagle first said that he wasn't here, I believed him. Turns out that was a mistake. Because I did look again, just in case, and as it turns out, he is here. Just goes to show you what trusting people who say things on the internet gets you. No, I'm not here, he says. Lies. Just came by to say hi because the remnants of my internet have been taken away by download, lol. Okay, hello and bye, probably. Maybe already gone. Isn't Cena a famous wrestler? Shadows, repeat the the reference. I'm not sure what you mean. What reference? Oh, that. Right. The line must be drawn here. No further. That's the reference. Yep. And one of his catchphrases is, "You can't see me." It's a meme. That's his catchphrase. You can't see me. It's a meme. That is an interesting catchphrase. I had no idea that catchphrases in wrestling were that funny. Alright, bye, Sliver Giggle. Bye. Again, Shadows, again. Pinpoint analysis. Yeah, I know. Right. Yeah, wrestling is stupid and beautiful and weird, and I love it. I know you do. Mr. W, I've heard the name and music before, but nothing more. Do you get where the reference is from now, by the way? So, let's see. This is roughly... Okay, I'm just going to measure out how long this descent is. Okay, so that's about 1,000 feet. So first I need to make these come together again. Most have. Sure, I give up. Could you tell us where the reference is from? Sure, I could. Do you want me to? Now, which one is the straight track? I believe the right one. Yes, the right one is the straight track. So I make the right one continue on straight and the left one diverge into it. Actually, is this already... Oh, it was already straightened. That's interesting. So, just like this. BRB. Okay. Yes, please. Bye, Mr. W. Okay, I'll tell you when Mr. W has returned. Right, so how far away is 1,000 feet? Sort of here. Right, so this merges in there. However, I do need another bit, another spline point that's up here, because of, actually another two, and this one should be straightened, because of the junction here. Because otherwise this track would already be going down while it's still supposed to be on the same level as the mainline track. Right, so this goes down there. Let me save. 4 people, hello! 4 people, welcome. Right, so next I'll align the terrain. And I'll actually align it to the grade downhill and then manually raise the terrain up to this track, because that's easier to do than to manually align it to the grade. I almost banned it before you had a chance to say anything about it. Almost. But, oh, another one. And another one. There we go. That should do the trick. Horrible how they're invading the chat. Oh no, they're not invading the chat, they've always been here. It's just now that they're starting to become active. Ruthlessly intruding on other people's entertainment. How dare they? Now, sit back and enjoy this mid-roll ad. No, you're not getting one. This is fine. I'll just paint the ballast over it. This what? Minute roll? No, not minute roll lag. Mid roll ad. Back. Welcome back, Cock. Hello. Yes, so, welcome back, Mr. W. Now I'll answer Kangafango's question, which was what the reference was from. The reference was from Star Trek First Contact, where Picard is having post-traumatic stress disorder, an episode, because the Borg, from his Borg assimilation, and he does not want to give up the Enterprise to the Borg. So he says about the line being drawn here and no further, because this is where he's making his stand. He's not going to let the Borg take away anything more from him, even if it means that they will not be able to stop the Borg from invading the Earth. Even if it's much more likely, if they destroy the Enterprise with the Borg, that the Earth would survive, he still wants the line to be drawn there. He's not going to let anything else be taken by the Borg. Anything that is personal to him, like the Enterprise, for example. So there you go, that's where the quote is from. I'm surprised that none of you got that. That is a really very popular quote, not only among Star Trek fans, but among all those who enjoy quotes. Hi. Oh, right, Chalice. Oh, right, I never would have gotten that. Thought it was from the Naked Gun at first. Really? Why? What about the line must be drawn here and no further? Screams naked and gun to you. Or unless you mean the line must be drawn here, unless you take that in a consensual context, in which I would kind of understand that, but seemed like the kind of thing. We are the Borg. Why like that? They don't speak like that. There are 1,000 voices speaking at once. They are one mind of 1,000 and, well, actually not 1,000, actually many thousands of bodies and a ship. The glitching Borg. Well, they do sometimes. Everyone, yeah. We is the Borg. Well, if they assimilated that, then perhaps. I'm really looking forward to the Star Trek role-playing games starting up again. Like, really looking forward to it. I've got so much for the player characters, for you to experience. So many interesting new people to meet and things to discover. We'll have a blast. Absolutely. Shadows, it didn't scream it per se, but it just seemed like it was most likely that you would have quoted that. You think that it's more likely that I would have quoted Naked Gun rather than Star Trek. Interesting. I can increase the brush size a little bit here, make it a bit quicker. Okay. Everyone starts theorizing about future events in the game. Sure, go right ahead. Will members of the chat be able to join in too? I doubt it. If I do end up running a role-playing game with viewers from the live streams, then yes, not on the spot, because I do need a sort of gating process so that not just any random people can join, because it would be really, really easy for the game to be ruined by that. So people from the chat would be able to join, but not just random people. There would need to be a kind of interview, so to say, beforehand. Hi, so I'm late. Oh, hello, Anthony Sarson. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? Hey, hi, hello. Hello. Anthony, do you want to see Paula? Do you want to see what is it? Polly and Orwell? Nice. Interview, you say? Sure. Right. Here you go. You can see Polly and Orwell are here in the field, and they are pigs. 2 of these, in fact. One of them down here, while the other one up here. There they are. Great, now that we've had a visit with them, let's continue working on the track. Yes, I do say interview. Ooh, piggies! Yes, pigs are actually very intelligent animals. They also have quite... what's the word? Pigs actually have quite intense displays of emotions as well, along with cattle. XD. Also, Train Lover messaged me on Twitch saying to tell you that he cannot be here today. Oh, interesting. Why would he go via you? Do you know him somehow? Wink wink. Yes, I actually know him, IRL. I found out that is one of my kids in school. Interesting. Oh, sweet. I suppose so. Right. So, I think that's it. That is the end of the Milton Valley Railroad. I'll be submitting it to the Content Creator Program as DLC as soon as Service Pack 2 comes out. It should be about maybe £40 or so. I want it to be a reasonable price. So, yeah. I guess we'll be able to play some other games now that that's finished. Right. Actually, no. I should really do a bit more work on it. Yeah. Okay, you've convinced me. I'll do a bit more work on it. Alright, in 2002, is he in your Discord? That's why either me or him said that you sound very familiar. See. No, he doesn't have it. Alright. Wait, the Milton Valley Railroad is done? Maybe. Right, so I need a crossover track. So how long did I make them before? £40 and reasonable price doesn't belong in the same sentence most of the time. Well, depends on what you're talking about. About 200 feet, that's good. XD. Always XD. Always XD. Right, so let's do again about 200 feet. Oh, I'd pay 100 of them for one of Shredder's routes. 100 of what? Pounds? Shredder's. That's why I said most of the time. Well, I don't think so. I think there are more things for which £40 would either be a fair price or indeed too little money. Then there are things for which £40 is too much, unless you get into infinite lists. Because, for example, if you had, okay, say you were charging £40 for 12 carbon particles, atoms. It's atom, right? Yeah. For 12 carbon atoms. That is a lot of money. Okay. Then it is too much, some might argue. So then, however, if you make a list of carbon atoms in the entire universe and charge £40 for the contents of that list, which is every carbon atom in the universe, then £40 is surprisingly little. However, if the list contains all carbon atoms in the universe, and let's say 5 carbon atoms are also priced at £40, then the same list also has the other price, in which case the amount of things that are for which £40 is too expensive is greater than the amount of things for which it is too little in that case, because you've only got one list containing everything and an infinity of other things that for which it is too expensive, which is an interesting way of thinking about it, I find. What game you plan on playing when the Milton Valley Railroad is done? £100 there, haha. Actually, £100 there, quite a bit there. That is an interesting question. I don't know. Originally, oops, sorry, brushed up against the mic there. Originally, I wanted to do game development, live stream game development, when the Milton Valley Railroad is done. However, I'm already doing that parallel to the Milton Valley live streams, so I don't really need to substitute it. So, I don't know. When the Milton Valley Railroad is done, then I might, depending on what I feel like then, I might start a new Trainz route, a different one, live stream that. Or I may start something completely different. Maybe, I was about to say maybe a game like Transport Fever or Planet Coaster. However, those games are creative, but in a limited way, much more so than Trainz, because in Trainz, the things you create are not limited to only you, only to your enjoyment and the people watching. So, I don't know. Let's see. The straight path for this needs to be right, left. Makes sense? So, right, left. Sure, why not? Okay, so this is correct. Now, what kind of other signals did I have along here? Not really anything, but I did have these speedboards, which I'll need to place. Also, I need to put another 15 miles an hour down here somewhere, so that if that issue occurs again with the trains that went into the lower speed limit before they exited the previous lowering of the speed limit, that issue is basically solved. So here we go, 55 there, 55 there, and I think the other one was 30. 30, good. I think that was right. Now I'll quickly check on that and then place the other 15 miles per hour speed limit. I can already get this one. Was it 30? Yes, it was. Flight coaster? Ah, maybe. Trainz. Quetzal reboot. Oh, yeah, I mean, that is a thing I could do. The Quetzal Forest Island. That would be really interesting, actually, to reboot that. May do that. May just do that. By just, I mean, maybe. Let's see. 55 on that side. Good. So now let me just find the 15 invisible signal sign, and I'll place one down here before the junction, so like this, and another one over here before this junction, so like this. Transport fever? Call them! High five! Start a new route and make it amazing. Well, if I started a new route, then you have my guarantee that I would attempt to make it amazing. Either amazingly good or amazingly terrible. One of the two. But just a sort of meh route is probably not something I'd make. Oh, and we've got a sound. I can't change here, so I'll wait until it appears on the side. Let's just see if when it appears, the text, I mean, that made the sound. Oh, Sharadis sucks is now cobbled up. Very, very, very interesting. Very interesting. So, welcome aboard. Hello. I love your username. Yes, this is very, very inspired, I would say. Very inspired username. Right. High five! Like the Milton Valley Railroad is. Oh, thanks. You bot or you actually watching have this too? I don't know. 99% sure it's a bot since it's hosting electric longboard, which is a bot. Nice try, guys. Oh dear. Yeah. Hi. Yeah, definitely oh dear. But at the same time, it is kind of funny. Right, I'll just quickly, I want to see what it's like driving along this bit. I'll just go in the other one, what was it, the Burlington Northern, and I'll just quickly drive straight along the main line, that's it. Yeah, hi, I doubt it's a bot. Oh dear, what? Oh, I see. Exactly. Here we go. Can you hear it? You should be able to hear it. Is that fine? Five people watching. Hello, 5 people. And hello, thanks for watching. Actually, it is kind of flattering to have someone change their account name to that, because the thing is, the name Sharadis means so much to them that they're willing to go to the lengths of changing their own name to incorporate it, simply to play a joke like that. And that is actually, if you think about it, flattering. So, thank you. Right. Don't worry, these textures are actually much better than this. There they go. So, how's everyone doing today? Yes, I'm doing very well, thank you for asking. Audio's fine, thanks. I'm fine, thank you, how are you? Good, Shadows, and you can only change your username every 2 months on Twitch. Oh, I was unaware of that. Yeah, that makes it even more flattering. I'm good. Great. Nice route. It looks so... it looks so fucking amazing. Oops, sorry. I meant freaking... No, it's fine. If you want to use swear words in chat, then, I mean, I would prefer you didn't. But if you do, in a non-deliberately offensive way, then I'm not really that bothered about it, because this isn't a kid's stream after all. I won't. I'm stupid. It was autocorrect. Sure, that's fine. You know, I do like the change of building this flat landscape, or flatter landscape, to the mountains. However, it does mean that the thumbnails all tend to look very similar, which I'm not sure if you've noticed, but if you take a look at the thumbnails for the videos, for the archives on YouTube, or the stream archives, I'm sure you will quickly be able to see that they all look very similar, which it's a bit of a challenge to get new interesting thumbnails that don't kind of match ones that I've already got. Yeah, I see. Nice route. Thank you. You already said so. Shadows, maybe do a Twitch Discord vote on what you should stream next. Maybe. Shadows is speeding! Oh no, end of line, slow down! I know I'm speeding. I stopped speeding. And as for slowing down, I would say that this is fine. That's definitely an option. Yeah, it is an option. I may do that. I may do that. However, the idea of remaking Kutzel Forest Island, which is one of my old routes, like quite old routes, like making a reimagining of it, does really appeal to me, and that would be a freeware route most likely. Shadows, he lives the fast life. Lol. Shadows, I knew you were gonna do that. Of course I would. You didn't think I would let it derail on purpose. Right. So what is a feature I need is I want to have this road connect up to the main road, which means I'll either need to make it go on top or underneath. I'll probably make it go on top, which means I'll need more space on the side for it to go up. Why does it keep logging me in and out of my account? I have no idea. Kutzel is from 2014, I think. Yeah, 2014 could be right. Either yeah, I think 2014. Could even be a bit earlier, actually. I'd have to look it up on the DLS. So I'll deliberately keep a bit of a bigger space here between the tracks and the road, so that I have more space for the dirt road to go over. I know you would, Shadows, lol. What? Not let the loco escape? Yes, that's good that you know that. Right. So I'm going to have it go up like this. Actually, why not? Yeah, I'm going to do it like this. Then I'll need to make it cross over. Then I'll put in a curve and then have it go down like that. I think I can put in a few more spline points here just to make this curve a bit smoother. Yes, it bunches up the spline a little bit, but I think that the bunched up spline is much less obvious when you're driving past than the edginess, I suppose you'd say, of the spline as it was before. Well, I suppose I will be streaming Trainz later because that's my schedule. Schedule. Ooh, railroad crossing. Yeah, indeed. Right, so first of all, okay, yeah, I won't need to put any sort of TRC or anything like that on here, because I'll just put some crossbucks on here and that'll be it. Because there's not any traffic on this dirt road. A thing that I'll also do is I'll make this slope a little bit less steep. It's fine, you can tell it. You can call it whatever you want, Trainz. I only say schedule the American way because I'm American. Yeah. Of course, I didn't think that it wasn't fine. It's just that schedule or schedule isn't spelled like that. You're missing an H. I think that's all you're missing. But yes, I'm very aware that schedule is the British way of pronouncing it. And schedule is the American way of pronouncing it. Ooh, I see. Oh, I see. Good. Glad to be of help. I think that's good. Actually, here's an idea. When the Milton Valley Railroad is done, maybe we could actually do the roleplay stream thing then. I mean, that might be interesting. Might be interesting. But that's still a long way off, and who knows how things will develop until then. And even if we did, I did do it, we'd probably do a test beforehand to see if it works, if people enjoy it, and then we'd see. Do you know much British terminology? I gotta go share this, but I'll be back in a few moments. Bye! See ya! No, not at all. Bye, I gotta go. Bye, bye-bye. See you in a bit. Almost like someone's getting on a ferry to Queensland from Leamington. Actually, not Leamington. Let's do Lynmouth, UK. Should I maybe do a showcase of some of your personal games? You mean as a thing to stream after the Milton Valley Railroad? If you do mean that, then maybe. Because the thing is, the games I've made so far, the ones that are finished at least, are all quite linear. By that I mean that if you know how it will they don't have that much replay value. Yes, Living Art has a bit more in the form of the achievements and of the secret ending if you haven't gotten that the first time around, and just in improving your platforming skills. However, the other games, not so much. Yeah. But, sorry, bump the mic again, it's a bit too close maybe. That's better probably. Yeah, but if I, like with Ghostly Venture, maybe, because Ghostly Venture is actually going to have a lot more random number generation used in it, which means it's going to have a higher replay value. So, maybe. Shadows. Oh, so not Leamington Pier? Well, maybe it was Leamington. To be honest, I'm just throwing ideas out. I just really want to see gameplay of Ghosted Mansions and Gaelic Lighthouse. Haha. Yeah, well, Ghosted Mansions, again, rework thing, and Galerock Lighthouse is very, very bare bones at the moment. Very bare bones. There is some gameplay in it, yes. There is gameplay. However, there's not really any downside to not doing the things you're supposed to do at the moment. And a lot of the systems that needed to be integrated in it for the game to actually be a game aren't yet. Yeah. Yes, the lore of all your games. I can't wait till then. Ooh, that would be nice. I'd really enjoy that. There's a timeline released. Oh, I see. Well, the thing is, yes, of course, I could make a timeline, release it, and that would be that. However, that would take all of the fun guesswork out of it. Yeah, if you just look it up, how the games are connected, then you'd go, oh, that's interesting, and then that'd be it. But if you don't know, then if you play one game, you encounter something, and it's like, wait, this is eerily similar to the other thing in the other game. Maybe they're connected. I wonder how they're connected. But wait, if they're connected like this, then wouldn't that mean that this would be the case? I suppose it would, unless maybe that guy wasn't the good guy. Oh, maybe it's this connected this way then. And all of that fun guesswork would be taken out of the experience if I released a timeline. Well, I guess a connected timeline. A timeline that just tells of the order in which the game's stories exist in wouldn't really take that much away from it. Oh geez, how do you think I'd cope with playing Galerock or Ghosted Mansions live on Twitch? Like a reaction and review with me being scared out of my wits. They're not that scary. You really do throw yourself into the deep end sometimes, don't you? Me? Do you mean me? Trust me, Scott Cawthon got nothing on the lore of Paradise. Well, I don't really know. Isn't he the guy who made those 5 Nights at Freddy's games? Trainz, or wait till you stop making games. That would be a long, long wait. And by long wait, I mean a long wait. Ms. W, I've played the current version of Galerock, and at the moment there aren't any scary bits. So I think you'd be fine with that one. Trainz did say before that it'd mostly be a psychological thing, if I recall correctly. Yes. Yeah. You do. I've not played any horror games at all, so me neither. I would classify Galerock. I would classify Galerock as a horror game. I wouldn't really. I would classify Galerock as more of a simulation game with a touch of terror elements, light terror, rather than a full-on horror game, because there's actually a difference between terror and horror. Yeah. Actually, why am I making this long? I don't want to go... Actually, I suppose that's fine. I felt... I'll be a game theorist in no time, and I will reveal your secrets. Matt Pet ain't got nothing on me. Oh. Well. I take you up on your offer, Mr. W. Thank you for signing this verbal contract the way that you have. I look forward to experiencing what you have to offer. Thank you. Or Ghosted Mansions, really. The ghosts aren't that scary, in my opinion. Trainz, you forget. I ain't played any horror games, so I will be so tense. Well, being tense is different than being scared or startled. They're all three very different things. Because tense, you can be tense because of anything. You can be tense because it's an exciting story, or because you're about to achieve a puzzle. You think you've gotten a solution and you're just about to put it in to get confirmation whether you successfully solved a puzzle or not. And that can make you tense. However, other things as well. Yeah, that you probably know. Yeah, I didn't really want to go into all of that because that'd be a bit boring. Shall I say, yes, Scott is, and yes, I am talking about you. I see. Shall I say, yes, that's him, alright, the big Fazbear himself. Shall I say, wouldn't. I suppose as long as you have comprehensions, you can make video games. If you can't move, then just get someone to code whilst you tell them. Yeah, imagine that. Coding a game through dictation. That is almost a painful thought because of the sheer amount of trouble that would cause. Classified as a horror game. Oh, I see. Oh, wouldn't, yeah, right. What? I meant wouldn't. What's the difference between terror and horror? Well, terror is being afraid of something that's out there. Terror is being told ghost stories around a campfire. Terror is reading in a newspaper that lions have escaped from a local zoo that haven't been caught yet, and you have to take a walk into town through the woods every day. That kind of thing is terror. Terror is if you're scared of what your mind constructs. At least I think it is. I think that's the definition of it. Horror is if there is a current situation that you're currently in that's specifically horrific. Like, for example, if the tiger actually jumped out at you and was chasing you, that's horror. But if you read about it in a newspaper and you think that you are paranoid that a tiger might be in the woods you have to go through, that is terror. So you can see there is a difference between the two. I might be slightly wrong. Some of those things I just said may fall into the other category, but I think that is the correct classification. If I'm wrong, please, by all means, go look it up and correct me in chat. Or if you're watching this archived in some other way. I'll be looking forward to your theories. Yes, me too. Even if I don't get Steam, I will somehow get the plotline. Yeah. Tense with fear. Still tense in a stealth scene in a, I think, 7+ game? Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you? So, I am. No, I don't want to imagine that, Shared Eyes. Shared Eyes. Painful, but possible. Yes, you're right. I've upset the coders now. Oops. That's fine. Shared Eyes. And the definitions apply to the game genres as well? I would say yes. I would say that a horror game is a game where I want to be careful with how I word this. I would say a horror game is where things do actively chase you in a horrific way. Yeah? So, for example, in Ghosted Mansions, it's not really that horrific, but it is a bit scary. It can be a bit scary. So I would classify it as light horror when they chase you. But before they chase you, when you have to explore the level and build a map of it in your mind, and then when you have to choose when to activate the first summoner to start the chase, that part I would classify as terror rather than horror. And things like Gale Rock Lighthouse, for example, I would classify the scary elements in that game, well, to be when I actually make it. I would classify that more as terror rather than horror. Like, for example, like I said before, if you're in the lighthouse at night, you hear banging against the windows. It's probably just the wind. And then the phone rings. You have to go down the spiraling staircase in the dark at night all the way to the door that leads outside, which is where the phone is. Go down there only to see that the door you are sure you're closed is now wide open. Looking back up behind you over the shoulder, looking up the spiraling staircase, wondering if something is inside the lighthouse with you, knowing that there probably is nothing. The game isn't even about that sort of thing. That, I would say, is terror rather than horror. If there were zombies that came out of the rock that chased you around the lighthouse, that would be horror. The other thing, not so much. Let me just quickly read chat and then I'll actually continue doing some more stuff. Oh, that's interesting. Now do a line break. Have you got that? What? Sorry? Line break. Press return. Oh, right. Now type print and then in brackets and quotation marks. This part works. Have you got that? Yes. All right. And at the end of the line, colon. Colon. Got it. Did you just type the word colon? Exactly. Oh, don't imagine debugging using that. XD. Like getting a granddad to use Skype. I mean, do you speak from experience? Because I don't. Shadace, by the way, when did the lion turn into a tiger? Well, it does say lions and tigers. And bears, oh my. We've not gotten to the bear part yet, but lions and tigers, actually. True horror, and by extension terror, is all about implications. Yeah. Some of it. There are, of course, other subgenres, like, for example, body horror, which is scary mostly due to how graphic it is, like the gore and things like that, which a good example of that is a movie called The Thing, in which researchers find a flying saucer frozen in the Arctic ice plate, basically. And as it turns out, something was in there, and it thawed. And there, of course, any good horror needs one thing, and that is isolation. Yeah, either physical isolation or isolation because nobody believes you. But yeah, that is an example of where the implications aren't really that bad because you know what's happening. You know the thing, pun intended, is out to kill them. You don't know what it is exactly, but you know that it's dangerous, you know it can shapeshift, you know it wants to kill them. And you clearly see, in all of the graphic detail, how exactly it kills them. So there aren't really that many implied things, and that's the horror of body horror, that there are basically no implications as to what is happening. Yes, in other things, in most other horror, implications are very, very important. Because if you show the monster, in most cases, it loses the scariness. If there's a monster, you can only see flashes of it, and it's dark, that helps a lot with it as well. You can see it darting across the camera, you can see maybe spit dripping from the ceiling, or you can see scratch marks, or you can see its silhouette in the fog, or something like that, it's much scarier than if you just show the monster in daylight just there, because then it becomes less scary because you know what it looks like, you've got more information about it. Because in most cases, what your mind thinks up in these situations is much scarier than the actual thing. Yeah, let me just read chat. See, oh, Imagine Shadows making a cosmic horror game. Oh my god. Well, maybe I already have. Maybe Living Art is actually a cosmic horror game, and you just have not realized yet because your puny mortal mind cannot comprehend the true terror of what lies beyond in the void of darkness staring back at your soul. But maybe Living Art is a light-hearted game about jumping around, getting home, finding your family. You decide. So, Shadow Eyes, so psychological horror? Not sure what that was referencing. Oh no, don't scare the chat. Of course I'll scare the chat. I mean, why are you here if you don't want that? I mean, you know that I sometimes like to have fun with what I say in chat. Like, for example, you know, the thing about the ghost, that's right. Oh, sorry, I wasn't supposed to mention that again. Right, you said I should mention. Okay, you forget that part, but other things. But you know that most of that's not true, right? I mean, surely it's not true. After all, how could it be? Don't ask the people at HorrorPoint Siding. They are still very much alive, and you don't need to check up on them at all. Right. Having zombies chase you would ruin the game, I'd say. Yes, I'd say too. Debugging? No! Yeah. Terror are the tricks your mind plays on you. Horror is the real abnormal thing. Yeah, I suppose that's true. Alright, open up door.cs. Scroll down. No! Scroll up a bit more. No, stop. Bit down. There we go. Now read out line 1042. A few hours later. You could have told me there wasn't a semicolon at the end. Of course. I mean, of course. What else would it be? For example, I once saw a very short horror thing where a woman goes into her basement and sees 3 people wearing sheets holding wanted posters of children. Sure, XD. It's like a sitcom. You do know com stands for comedy. Like sitcom means situation comedy or situational comedy. So a horror sitcom is a horrific situation comedy. So it could either be really, really bad, or you could derive comedy from the horror of it being bad. Interesting combination, I'd say. Ah, right. So, horror sitcom? I should really go to bed. I'm away till Sharadise gets to this message, and then I'll be off to dream. Sure, if you want to dream of these things. No, about your coding fiasco. Oh, I see. Oh, right. Yeah, you're right. Do you think that would make a good sitcom? Coding adventures with Brad and Barry? Maybe. Season 24. Oh, me, oh, my. The entity! The entity! Maybe. Episode 8. It still doesn't work. Are you sure that you're not just describing my Ghostly Venture live streams there? The entity! Shadows. Light-hearted game. Really? I honestly don't know if it's right or not. Mind tricker. Mind master. Shadows, here's an idea. Make an entire game about HorrorPoint sightings. I could. Yes, I literally could do that. Not few, 4. Oh, I see. But yeah, no. He misassociated your message too. So snap, shared eyes, I guess? I don't know. Night. Good night, Mr. W. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you next stream. Yes, good night. Actually, shared eyes. Good night, Mr. W. Sweet dreams. Yes. 2. Not 2. Okay, sure. Don't know what you mean. By the way, Brand, are you still here? I haven't... Oh, I better check if Swidar is here or not. According to the chat, they're not here. But that's okay. Yes. Right, so... right, I might actually get some stuff done on the route. So, right, I need to place the trees in this little bit still. I don't want to forget to place the crossbucks as well. What I said before, I accidentally typed 2. Bye, Brandon. I think it's already gone. In case you ever see this message, hi. I did. Right. Oh, we've got JR crossbucks. They might be good. And they're not payware, so that's even better. We do not want 1 track. The other one is 2 track, which is what I want. Haha. Sure. Right, so I'll just place this here. This one here. Right, that's good. So I need to place the whistle boards. I meant Brand with the message below me saying bye to him. Of course you did, I know. You didn't really think I didn't. Right, have I? I think I've... Yeah, I must have placed the whistle board. Oh, of course I have. I've placed the whistle boards before. Over here, for example. Right here. However, I will need to place them a little bit before, more before, because the speed limit's higher here. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Or maybe if you're going along, maybe here-ish? I'll need to see if that is actually a good position there. This is about... Actually... Yeah, I think that's a good position for it, which means I'll need to place the other one a bit further away. I'll just place it here for now, and then just so I don't forget to actually do it later on. Never mind, me clarifying that it was self-explanatory. Well, yes, you yourself did explain it, so you're right. That should be good. And I'm deliberately not going to place them on this side. Actually, let's place them on this side, because I'll just count them, and then I'll see that I'm not going to have enough. So I need to place the whistleboard down here, actually. Right. Oh, this one's turned the wrong way. No, these ones are turned the wrong way. That is good. Now I'll put down some of the grass spline, like the smaller one over here. Right, I will place the grass spline down here as well, just so it can connect up to this bit-ish. Actually, tell you what? And also, I'll go open the window a bit, because it is quite warm in here. The cool, nice air is very cool, in the good sense as well. Hello, I'm back. Hello, Anthony. Welcome back. Thank you. You're welcome, I know. Okay. So actually, this little bit here is a bit thin for this grass pline. Probably, I could probably fit it in there. However, I would like to place a road vehicle here instead. So maybe like a Jeep. Actually, I'll search for rail. Nah, that's not going to be a good thing. Maybe pickup. A bit old for the 60s. Although these ones would fit. Oh, and it's got a sound as well. That's nice. How far away can I hear this? Oh, it's actually quite localized. That's nice. Yeah, this is going to fit quite well here, actually. Maybe have some rail workers there. Actually, no, this guy doesn't fit with a pickaxe. Yeah, and he's going over with some documents in his lunchbox to see the manager of this place, because they're doing some maintenance over here. I think this is quite good. Actually, let's place a barrel in the back. Maybe a bit more of a modern barrel. Yeah, one like this. Sure, green, why not? Is this high up enough? No. 40. Good. Bit of a big barrel. I think that's good. So I'll actually not have it moved there. I'll move it more... Well, actually, I think this corner would be better. So sort of like this. Maybe not that close. Maybe... Maybe like this. Search for a rover, maybe. Already found one. Can't be here for long. How much longer will you be streaming for? I'll be streaming until it is 11 o'clock, so that is 22 minutes. No, not 22 minutes. Sorry. Wrong. I was thinking because how many to 20? It's not 20 minutes, it's 42 minutes. For 44 minutes. Oh, I see. Okay, I might go for a bit. Again, I know, sorry. It's fine, don't worry. Alright, bye. Shadows, will this street also have streetlights? I think they're a bit too modern for the 60s. Oh, I'm sorry, you mean... Oh, you mean actual street lamps? Oh. Well. I don't know. Maybe where the actual industry is. Same with the town up in the mountains. That one will probably, yes, it will probably get them. However, I may temporarily replace some of the buildings with other assets while I'm adding them, just so it doesn't lag as much for me. Again, that issue is something that is most likely local to me because someone else has already tested it, and for them that area ran at a steady 60 FPS. They didn't get any frame drop in the area, so it's most likely just my computer because I have a lot of performance issues with Trainz in general. Could have put the pickup on another layer. Positioning the barrel would have been easier. Yeah, you're right. But you know that. I do. Should I XDDD? Alright. Yeah. Good. So, what is next? Next is the thing we are doing now, which is thinking of what is next, which seems like a bit of a paradox, so I should probably stop that line of thought. Right, so I will continue this road along roughly straight, and I'll actually connect it up over here. So this is going to be the boundary of these fields. It's going to go over here, and then actually, how should I do this? Well, let's do it like this, why not? Because I want the road to continue on that side, so I'll just make it merge in up there. Yes, I'll have to get rid of a little bit of the grass, but that's fine. So, something like that. I get it. Archive people, search, write streetlight in images. Then you'll understand. Probably. I mean, you might see those images and still not get it at all. You think they will understand, but that assumes a certain level of intellectual power. Power which they may not possess. However, they likely will. Yes. And by they, I mean you. You will likely possess it. It does not feel like I've been streaming for 1 hour and 20 minutes. Really doesn't. But hey, that's the sign that you're having fun, right? Time flies when you're having fun and all that. Yes. I'll paint this part of the dirt road now, but the part that's actually going up there and back around there I'll paint later when I've actually got the field boundary in, because I want the gravel to go on top of any potential forest ground that I paint underneath it. So I don't want it to be the other way, so I'll wait until I do that. Shreddice, I guess, what does it feel like to you? You mean feel as in... What does it feel like having the cognizant power to understand that? Not sure what you mean. Oh, right, because of the time, of course. Yes, I was thinking about the other thing. Yeah, the time. It feels like probably maybe 35, 40 minutes, I'd say. Time-wise, no. I got it. It's Twitch delay, yeah. By the time I'm saying this, you already have said yes. So yeah, exactly. You'll probably type XD for that, actually. Or laughing face. Be interesting to see what you type. Maybe nothing. I doubt that your Twitch delay is that long. Yeah, you're probably not going to type anything. And then you type it. Right, so what field should I have here? Right, I think I'll probably have a... I'll choose another new one. Hey, indeed. Nah, not this one. That's the one I've placed before. This one looks good. I'll save. Would it be good if they added sliderable motion blur to Tiers 19? If by that you mean motion blur that you can turn off, sure, why not? If you can turn it off, then it's just another option you have, which you might want to turn on for when you have a train that's whizzing by, like in Trainz World, when it looks so fast, because look at how blurry the landscape is, which... Yeah, sure, why not? As long as it doesn't cost any extra performance when turned off. Would only occur when the camera's traveling at high speed. Yeah, but then you might need earmuffs because of the scream, the Valenta scream. But yeah, other than that, I think why not? If you can turn it off. I wonder what you'll type as recognition for that joke. Or other things. Is that the recognition? Ooh, right. Ah, that is the recognition. Right there. Gotcha. Yeah, you do. Gotch me. That sounds strange if you say gotch me. Don't gotch me! XD. Very well then. Very well then. Next thing. Trees. We may actually finish these baseboards in this stream, which is going to be exciting. Like, all I'd need to do is make another field up here, and then another one, maybe 2 over here, and then, I mean, I can do that in half an hour if I'm concentrating. So I probably won't be able to do it in half an hour, but it would be nice. Or do. I'm not certain of its meaning at the time. Finish? I thought this was set in the US. No, it's actually set in Finland. Didn't you know? I mean, just look at how flat this is. Did you really think this was the US? I mean, have you seen how hilly that entire country is, where there isn't a single bit of flat land anywhere in sight as long as you are staying within the USA? Funny thing about that is, when, before it was the USA, it wasn't actually that hilly. It's just when the contracts were signed, officially making it the USA, don't look in the distance there, it just got really very hilly everywhere. It's really, really strange. Finland isn't flat? I think you're thinking of the Netherlands. Of course I am. Why wouldn't I be? I'm actually going to leave this open here, just as another interesting artifact to look at. Sure, why not? Actually, which of those 2 did I place? Alright, I didn't place this one. See, and this is why I go back to the original bit of tree assets for this to get them, because I could have easily forgotten to place this type of tree, the 3rd one, and then I would never have placed it after that. I should just make a pick list for this, that would be easier. Actually, you know what, let's do this. Let's make the pick list. Yeah, you're right. Chat wouldn't have remembered either. Should I maybe place a derelict truck and or tractor at the edge of a field near the tracks? Yeah, that's a good idea. Right, so I want this one. I want this one. I want this one. And this one. And this one. And this one, and this one. There we go. That should help. I wonder if Slovak Eagle will, or Brand or Sweater for that matter, will return for the shoutouts. Maybe they will. Maybe they will. Milton Valley Railroad. Treat fees. Treat fees. You can demand fees for my treats as much as you want, but you won't get them. No, you won't get them. You will not get those fees. And yes, I do realize I'm going back to this place to grab the trees. That's because the order in which I'm placing them for that field doesn't match this order, and I don't know exactly which one is which. So I'm going to continue that. Read it again, please. Slowly. Milton Valley Railroad treat fees. Yeah, I read it again, the same way I did before, only slowly. Happy now? Okay, right, I'll do it justice. Rilton Mally Vale Road treat fees. There you go. By the way, what sort of delay are you on at the moment? Like, what Twitch delay? Trealed, not treed, but thanks. Oh, trealed fees. Okay. Rilton Mally Vale Road, trealed fees. That makes sense. If you know the code. I'm actually going to place this tree first and then the little one. Test in orangey yellow. For you it won't be if you're watching Zarkov, but for me it is. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, 14 seconds. Interesting. Not too bad. Not too good either. I think I'm making the field boundaries denser and denser the further I go along. Because if you look at it here, you have to imagine it without the spline. If you imagine the tree is like this, and then back here, you see the tree is like this, you know, and then I've not even added the last kind of tree yet. That's interesting. Delay for me. I thought that was it. Yeah, I get what you mean. Good to know. It's nice to have a productive stream, Milton Valley stream. Right. Next thing, can I grab it from here? Is it this one? Yes, it is this one. And we'll run into the 10-meter grid size soon. which means I'll need a bit of a bigger brush for this, I think. Or maybe not. Maybe not. For this little area I will, though. Okay, what does it look like? Looks fine along here. Along here, it's a bit thin. Oops, wrong tab. I do sincerely hope that this is still riveting gameplay. Just watching me do this, because placing these, I do get that placing these fields is a bit repetitive. It's just field after field, and there's not really that much difference between them. I hope it doesn't get too repetitive for you, because this is an important part of this route. That field back there now looks like it's just the grid, the default grid. So what I'll do is I'll actually copy and paste a little stripe of this woodland just sort of back here. It doesn't matter if it's on the field or not, just sort of back here, just so that from here you'll be able to see, oh, there are things back there, so this is probably not just grid. And yes, I'll need more than this. Actually, I'll just use the spline, the shrub spline. Maybe a bit of bigger one as well. There is a bigger one. Or is that already the bigger one? I think that might already be the bigger one. Yeah, maybe a bit denser though. And also maybe I will use the forest texture underneath it. Oh, I've just had a great idea. A really good idea. If you want, you can guess what it was. Or is, I guess. Actually, let's use a backdrop as well. This one seems good. 2D backdrop. Oh, that one. Oh, that is a good one. And I don't usually use this that much. But in this case, I feel that it is a good solution. How far down should this go? Maybe kind of like this. Actually, should it go down? No, let's do 5. Height 5 should be good. No, height 5 is not good. I need height 0. Yeah, that is much better. You can see how thicker the forest looks now back there. That's good. I like that. Actually, I need to place a fence back there as well. So I'll do that. So you can't really see this fence. I think I might choose a different fence for this, just for this little area. Maybe this one, just because it's a bit more visible. It doesn't change. Well, I can just about see it back there, and I am running this at a bit of a lower resolution. Maybe the FMA shrubs would be nice here as well. I want a bit more of a boundary here, but not that big of a boundary. I think that maybe these ones would fit quite well here. Just kind of like this. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted there to be a little bit of a boundary, and I need a bit of a shorter tree on the end here, so that it doesn't look as cut off. I'll just move this one down a bit more, kind of like this, so that when you're here, you can see that it's kind of a little step down to this area. That looks better. Actually, I'll need to move this one down a little bit as well, because I want to be able to see the... well, you can't really. But that's better anyways, it is better. Now let's read chat. Maybe you've guessed what the great idea is. Are there maybe crows you could place on around the field? There are. Probably. However, well, I guess I could place them on a different layer, but I'd like to do that in a pass, so that when the route is finished, I just do a pass where I place more sound objects and animated objects, like, for example, birds and things like that, on separate layers, of course. Yes, it might overall be a bit more boring. Well, it might be a bit more boring to do it then if I do it on the pass, but it does mean that the overall progress per episode up until that point is more, and I feel that the progress is quite limited as it is, so I want to do it in a pass afterwards, basically. Or ravens, rooks, or any dinosaurs, really. Also, don't forget to save. I don't think I have. Yeah, I'd say it is a riveting gameplay. Right. It's still fun. Thanks. One space too many. Sometimes that happens. Yes, forest texture will be better. Ooh, great ideas are always fun. Ooh, yeah. Shanice, was the idea to have Dave's nose animated, harvest a locomotive, and make it run as AI on the session? No, it wasn't. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. Yes, with the forest backdrop, it looks great. Perfect. The sheer amount of detail you put in is astonishing. Well, I do try. Oh, were the forest backdrop and the FMA shrubs not the great idea? No, they weren't. I mean animated ones, not just sound objects, but sounds would be cool, good too. Yeah, I did think you meant the animated ones. Actually, let's do the broken down tractor. Let's actually put it... well, let's put it over here. This one. Can I roll this? No, I can't roll this object. However, I can make it sink down to the ground a bit more. Just sort of like that. And preferably twist it a bit like this as well. And yes, I have just seen that this road is very, very, very slightly floating. So I'll need to make this go up just a bit. And down just a bit. There we go, that's much better. Alright, well, do you want to guess what the great idea is? Or do you give up? Maybe give the tractor a spot of mud too? Don't think so. I don't think so. I think that the mud that it has sunk into when it was broken would probably have grown over as well. I think this is better. Also, what's the great idea? Please do tell. Oh, so you do want me to tell. Right, so while I was just making, putting the grass down back there, not grass, the shrubs and trees and stuff, when I was really not saying much, you may have gotten the idea that I was just kind of going on autopilot, placing the stuff down, not really thinking about it that much, and that is true. I was. However, you may also get the idea, and this is where you would be mistaken, that my mind was idle in that time, or mostly idle, which it wasn't. I was actually silently pondering the idea of live streaming a roleplay game, my own roleplay game, not anything to do with the Saturday group, which may or may not be live streamed when it eventually gets going again. That is a whole nother thing which I don't want to get into right now, but disconnected from that. I was pondering things like, what would I show the viewers? Because I could, of course, show the GM side of things if I were to run the game, which for the viewers would be very, very, very interesting, I'm sure of it. However, it would also be a way of cheating. And although most of the people who would likely be part of that, I would trust that they wouldn't cheat, if I do invite people from the streams whom I don't know that well, then quite possibly, probably in fact, there would be people there who would exploit this to cheat. Plus, it also gets rid of a lot of the tension for the people watching. So having the GM, what's behind the GM screen live streamed, is not a good idea. So while I was pondering this, I thought, well, how would we even run it? Well, we would either run it via Roll20 or via Fantasy Grounds if I had an ultimate license. However, probably via Roll20. In which case, if I ran it via Roll20, then we could use the built-in facecam thing. However, that is not that reliable. There are quite a few, there's quite a bit of trouble with that if some of the players' internet isn't the best. Things like some players not being able to hear or see others. Things like the video being very laggy and then catching up very quickly and then maybe not catching up at all. Things like needing to reconnect for things to work and things like that. So we would probably do it via Discord, the facecam at least. We might still, but well, yeah, and then if we're running the facecam via Discord, then, well, the only reason why we'd use Roll20 would be to keep track of character sheets and that sort of thing, which is why we'd probably still use that as opposed to only doing it at our own physical tables with facecam as the stream. So we would still use Roll20 for that. However, the thing is that, well, the live stream point of view would still probably only be the face cams. Because, well, I guess I could be logged into Roll20 on the other monitor, or maybe on this one, I'm not sure, as a player. So just as so that is being live streamed, so that in addition to the Discord facecam, you would also see what just a generic player would see that's in the game. So you wouldn't see all of the GM stuff behind the screen. You would only see the stuff the players see, which is probably the best way of doing it. Now, you may think that that is the great idea that I've had. And it is a good idea, but it is not the great idea, which I have alluded to previously. I just realized I haven't painted the gravel underneath the road, so I'll do that now. And I'll start off with this brush size, but when I hit the 10 meter grid size, I may need to make the brush size a bit bigger. Right, so the great idea I've alluded to before is, well, I was thinking about what game would we run? Because obviously I would love to run Star Trek, because if you're any long-time, I say long-time viewer of the streams, but the streams have only been going on for a few months, maybe half a year, I'd say, which isn't that long in the overall scheme of things. So it would be, what game should we run? What rule system? I personally would love Star Trek, but Star Trek is very specific. And yes, you can enjoy the game without knowing much about Star Trek, but to really enjoy it, to get the most out of it, you need to know the setting, and you need to be interested in that setting. Which is why Star Trek is probably not going to be the best choice for it. So my immediate other thought was another game which I have quite a bit of experience in, both as a player and as a GM, and that is Pathfinder, which is basically Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 edition, but expanded and more detailed. So, yes, I thought, okay, Pathfinder, that might be great. Yeah. However, the thing is that with Pathfinder, well, I have played a lot of it. Yeah, and I truly mean that. I have played a lot of Pathfinder. While it is a great system, getting that used to it, it may not be as interesting as it could be, because if I were to start this new roleplay group, this new roleplay session thing, the game, yeah, then, I mean, why just stick with the same old? Yes, and the good answer with that would be, well, you're going to be live streaming it, you're only going to have probably 2 hours, so if you know what you're doing, it's a good thing. And yeah, I agree with that. However, it might also be interesting doing it the other way. So then I thought, okay, well, if I'm not going to do Pathfinder, what else would I play? So, what other game would I have immediately thought of? Well, some of you might think Dungeons & Dragons, obviously. D&D 5th edition. That is a streamlined game. There's so much of the complexity of previous D&D versions has been cut out of that. It's such a streamlined, sleek, fast system. It's easy to learn. It's specifically made so that newcomers can get into it really quickly. And it's running on the Open Games license, which means that it's got a system reference document which basically contains most of the rules. Well, it contains a lot of the system for free, which you can look up. Obviously, it's not sorted the same way, and the artwork isn't there, and a lot of those other things, but it is a great boon if people can look it up without having to purchase either the script, the PDF, or the hardcover book, which is why D&D 5th edition would be the game that you would logically think that my mind went to after having gone to Pathfinder. And I'm starting to use the pick list now. Yes, I remembered that I had it. So, if you were to think that, then you would be mistaken. No, of course I didn't think of D&D 5th edition. Why would I? Because of the things I just said. Well, the thing is, D&D 5th edition is very, very mainstream. And mainstream may actually be a good thing in this case. And I need to bring the power lines closer, because they're probably going to cut, yeah, they're going to cut across this field. So I want to leave a little gap where the trees are, because I want to bring them over here so that they're going to run along the side of the tracks. Yes, so it's very mainstream, which may be a good thing, because it means that people would already be kind of used to it through popular media. Because most people who follow popular media likely already at least heard of it. They may not know how to play it, or the intricacies of how it usually works, but they generally get the idea. Okay, you fight monsters, there's a story that's being told, there's one guy who's in charge. Yeah? Maybe even you know that each player have their own characters, which, yes, that would be a huge bonus. That would be a huge bonus to have for doing it as a live stream, because it means people would likely already have, well, people who would be interested in joining might already have some experience with it, and would then not need to learn as much to be able to get into the game, which means not as much time of the stream needs to be taken up for explanations, likely. So, yeah, but I didn't think of that, because I don't really like the mainstream things that much if I have other options. Because mainstream is most likely not the most interesting option. Right. So, instead of my mind going to D&D, Dungeons & Dragons, it went to Fate. Yeah, the Fate rule system. Because that has a lot of the pros that D&D would have. Mainly that it's free. Fate, the core rule system, at least as far as I remember. I'm like 96% sure that it's free. But yeah, I think it's free. The rule system, you can download it as a PDF, which means that anybody or everybody can have access to it and can have a copy of the rules where they are and look up. Yeah, so Fate is free. So look up rules themselves, or learn them while off stream, which is, well, I'm not learning them while off stream. I meant more as in look things up. If they maybe think about the game, maybe they look up how a certain thing works. If we end on a cliffhanger, which, to be honest, we will if things go according to plan. Well, if there is a plan. And another great thing about Fate is that it's very versatile. You can do a lot of different settings with it. So yes, my mind went to that, and I will rechat shortly after I finish this thought process. Right, so yes, so that's what my mind went to, and then I thought of, well, yeah, but Fate, well, it is not mainstream. It is a thing, but I've never played it before. Not really. I did make a character for it once, but I never really played it. So if I'm going to learn a new system anyways, then I might as well couple it with a different project. Yes, a different project. Aha, now we're getting somewhere. But what project? Well, you know that I have a lot of different projects. Yeah, I mean, that is very, very common. I have a lot of different projects running. And one project, which I have started a long time ago, which I actually stopped working on because I wanted to allocate more time towards doing things that I could more reliably earn money with. But definitely a thing that I want to finish, and that is, well, that's my own rule system. Now, if you know the name of it, don't say it. don't say it at this point, because I don't know if that's the final name yet, and I don't want the name to get out, basically, at this time. I want to be more sure of it before I end. So, yes. I have already got a lot of the rules down for that, for my own role-playing system, and another reason why I stopped working on it is because of a lack of playtester availability, because usually, well, what I wanted to do is playtest it at my usual roleplay group, yeah? However, something happened at the end of last year, beginning this year actually more, which prevented that. So, I thought, but wait, I can just playtest it here. I can playtest it live. I can playtest it on Twitch, yes. The thing is, you would see an unfinished version, but that would also give you a greater insight into the evolution of this thing. And if I make it myself, then I can give PDFs to people who are in the game. I can make them custom to them, which means that I can put their name in it, in the PDF, so that basically it wouldn't be that big of a risk for piracy, because if a copy did get out, then that individual's name would be in it. That's just off the top of my head. I'm not sure. You could photocopy it and then do things, but you can do that anyways with PDFs. So I have all the availability of it. It would be exciting because it's a new system, and I wouldn't have to learn it because I already did it. And if it's my own system, then that would be great. I would have the playtesters for it. So that if finally, after such a long, huge, seemingly unrelated tangent of different thought processes, I've come to my great idea, and that was it. So, yes, I'm sure you can understand that was indeed a great idea. And don't worry, I'll get to reading chat. I want to place the fence first, and then I'll paint the forest underneath the thing, and then I'll probably have to end the stream because of... Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. I wanted to get the fence. Because of time. Yeah. But yeah, if I do end up doing a roleplay thing, a roleplay stream, roleplay streams after Milton Valley is finished, then that would probably be it, because that would also give me enough time to actually finish the rulebook. So, yeah. And by the way, this entire thought process in real time only took a couple of seconds. Again, that entire thought process was just as I was drawing the forest underneath this bit here. Or, no, actually it was the shrubs. When I was placing the shrubs, I think it was. Just goes to show you the speed of thought. I'm very, very interested to reading chat and seeing your reactions to this. Right, so how is that looking? How is that looking? I think that's looking good. I will need to put some other stuff back here as well, but I'll do that later. By later, I mean later. So, sure, why not? Let's add a few more baseboards. It gives me a greater sense of progress. Right. I know that I still need to put a field up here, and I still need to put stuff back here probably, but this is it. Yeah. Actually, for the thumbnail, I could do something like this. Would this be a good thumbnail? Actually, this might be a good thumbnail. If my face cam wasn't in the way. Maybe something like this. I think that's an okay thumbnail. Right, so I'll actually save again. Then, sorry, need a bit of water. Now I'll read chat, then I'll do shoutouts, and then I'll end the stream. Oh, there's a lot of chat to catch up on. Also, what? Yeah, please do tell. Actually, I will guess once more. Is the idea to add a time portal? No. I mean, you know that that's not the idea. Ooh! Show the official artwork, maybe? For what? Actually, the official artwork? Not sure about the copyright on that, actually, if I am allowed to show official artwork from Pathfinder and or Dungeons & Dragons or the Star Trek game. Because that is maybe reproduction of it, and not sure about that. Or maybe even draw some on stream. Maybe. With Deskcam. Yeah, that would have gotten it. Yeah, I would have gotten if that was the great idea. June. Yes, that's when I started. 6 months. Yeah. Starfinder. Well, Starfinder is another game which I would like to try, which is basically Pathfinder but in space. As far as I know. I've never played it. I did hold a physical copy of it once, which was owned by a friend, but that's part of the regular Saturday group, which obviously isn't running at the moment, and we've got other games that were running and we hadn't had a time to try it yet, so, yeah. Alright, stream title. Pathfinding our way to Field 63. Oh. I'm back. Oh, hello, Anthony. Anthony. I wonder how much of that conversation you caught. Welcome back. Thank you. Shades. How about creating your own space-themed role-playing system and call it Beyond the Horizons, the role-playing game? Well, I'm not really, that doesn't sound that enticing to me, both as a concept and the title. Shades, I didn't think you would have thought of D&D 5e. Well, maybe some other people watching it archived would have. It's been 2 hours. We've gone over time. Oh, 11 minutes. Yes, I'll make this a bit quicker then. Thank you very much for saying that. Also, when you actually said that, I've got timestamps on here, and it says that that was posted at 10:59 GMT, which is not overtime yet. So when you said it, it wasn't overtime. However, when I read it, it was, so congratulations, yes. Shades, maybe add some grass at the bottom of the power line's pylons. Yes, that is a thing I want to do. However, I didn't get around to doing it this stream. However, sure, why not? Let's just do it quickly. Oh, it's a bit strange working with this field of view. There you go. Done it. And things are in the way. Anyway, right. Fate? Yeah, Fate. It is a rule system. Wait, D&D is free? No, D&D is not free. Actually, there is a basic version of the player's handbook, which I believe is free. Plus the SRD, which is the system reference document, which is also free, because the thing is, the rules of D&D 5th edition are licensed under the Open Games license, which means that the rules themselves have to be made publicly available for free. Anything licensed under it, since the entire rule system is licensed under it, that falls under that category. And by that I mean the core rulebook and the player's handbook, I think. I don't know about some of the other expansions. Which means that the rules themselves, the raw data, has to be made available for free, which is why the system reference document exists. Which also means that people who want to make adventures or modules for it can do so legally and earn money from it. Yes, there is some very specific wording you have to put in. For example, you have to make the derivative work also fall under the Open Games license, the OGL, and you can't mention the actual title of the system unless you've got the compatibility license for the thing. At least it was that way with Pathfinder, and you can't use any of the artwork or characters, like characters from that are mentioned in the system. You can't mention because those do not fall under the Open Games license. However, the rules do. It's a bit complicated. It's legal stuff, of course. It's a bit complicated. But yeah, D&D is partially free. Yeah. I don't want to get into it more because we've already got 14 minutes of time. Time just flies. I'll quickly reach through chat. Oh wow, King Fango. It's gonna be a while before he sees that. LMAO. Yeah, yep, XD. But he's reading them now. Hi, Shared Eyes. Hello, Kango Fango, Anthony. Hello, yay. Yeah. So, is Fate basically a flexible sandbox role-playing system? I don't know, to be honest. I can't speak from experience. I have made a character. I did read through it briefly once, the system, the core rulebook. And it is, I don't know about sandbox, because technically sandbox, whether it's a sandbox game or a railroaded game or anything between it, depends on the GM who's running the specific game. But the system itself is very flexible. For example, you know how there are fantasy games, like Dungeons & Dragons, fantasy game, Pathfinder, fantasy game, Star Trek Adventures, sci-fi game. There are these categories, and Fate is more flexible. You can make it work as a fantasy game, you can make it work as a sci-fi game, you can make it work as a horror game, probably. Not sure about that one, though, because that might need some very specific rules, which you may need to homebrew, but I'm getting too far away from the actual thing of reading chat, sorry. Fatality. Oh, I'm so sorry, Anthony. You have my sincere condolences. Shadows, by the way, don't forget to snap the thumbnail. I'll take it from the film, it's fine. And hey, it's almost morning. Morning? Oh, yeah. Different project? I knew you were going to react like that. Also, after Sharadise is done, Kangfango and Sharadise, I will be live streaming. Interesting. I will be live streaming Trainz. Yeah, hopefully I can catch that. I will try to. Can't promise anything though at the moment. Sharadise, the project you had started a long time ago, is that Y City? That is I started that project. I started long before that, which, by the way, is the name of one of the first Trainz routes I ever started a long time ago, with I think TRS 2009 on Windows, maybe 2008, something like that. Ah, nice. Oh, where was it? It's scrolled too far. It's really scrolled too far. Ah, nice. Might join in for a bit. Probably won't be able to stay for longer. Yes, Shared Eyes. Playtest T of live on Twitch. Yeah. You see, you think it's a great idea too. Yay! Will Shared Eyes ever see our chat messages? There's no way of knowing. Yeah. Might be one of the great mysteries of the universe. Only time will tell. Or Shared Eyes. Or both. I think we've got into this before, haven't we? That technically if I tell it, I'm telling it in time, so time does tell. So I think we've got into this before, it's fine. Actually, yes, he's reading them. Yeah. Right now, actually. Hey, Shared Eyes, I hope you're on the right layer in Trainz. Yes, I was. I knew I was. Hi, Paradise. This is my reaction. Oh, well, thank you very much. That's probably when I said I was looking forward to hearing your reactions. This message, very interested in reading chat, eh? Well, I'm glad you find me interesting. Yeah. Paradise, maybe get the camera closer to the direct tractor? Aha, I tried, but you can't really see that much. I can try to get the camera even closer, like this. Actually, maybe that would be good. Oh yeah, that could be a good thumbnail. Ooh, thank you very much for the suggestion. I may choose this as a thumbnail, actually. Maybe not. I'll have to compare them, the views from before to this. Ooh, creepy shadow dice. What? Why? Creepy footsteps. I didn't make any footsteps. The footsteps you heard were there by you. You may want to make sure that you are safe in where you are currently. If you heard creepy footsteps, they came from where you are. Unless you misheard a noise like this, which I made, but I didn't make any creepy footsteps. Tiers 19 is probably not closed by the time you're reading this. Yeah, you're right, it isn't. Don't hear anything. I did. Shadows, official artwork from your roleplay system. Ah, that, well, yeah, sure, of course. Yours! 10 billion years later. Well, I suppose we'd better wait then, until time catches up to that. On second thought, that is a stupid idea, so no. Nice, some FMA shrubs too. By the Python. Thought of it, maybe not. Lul. I have no idea what I'm doing. Me neither. I think you posted a popular Twitch emote. Yes. Can there also be a railroad through a sandbox? Well, yeah, of course they can. Rebooting the old city map would be really interesting, Charles. Yeah, but the thing is, I only really remember images from it. I don't really remember the layout that much. Yeah, if I rebooted a map, it would be Kutzel. Like this. Tractor, perfect shot. You're very welcome, Shadowdice. Would be nice. You best hurry up, Shadowdice. You've gone so far over time. Yes, you're right, 20 minutes. I'm really sorry. I am really sorry. I just got carried away with what I was saying before and then catching up on chat. Bye all, bye. Yeah, I'll quit Trainz now. That's it. I've quit it. I'll never touch it again. Oh, you know it's not true. You know I'll always come back to Trainz. Right. So here we are. Bye. See y'all in my stream if you come. Yeah, hopefully. So, shoutouts, yes. So, Kangofango streams OMSI2 and Trainz map development, and right, so let me just grab the microphone a bit closer. I've seen a little preview of Kangofango's OMSI map, and I believe he's making it a bit smaller than he originally thought, because it's taking a long time to make. But he's currently making a little coastal village off stream, partially off stream, and it's so beautiful. He'll probably showcase it on stream. Now he's alternating Trainz and OMSI with exploring the Colorado DLC of American Truck Simulator. Now this coming Sunday, which let me just see, is the 13th, is going to be Trainz and OMSI. So if you want to see that, be sure to have a look at it. It's really very nice. Now, also check out the Central Europe development team. So Slavic Eagle, Sweda Gaming, The Branded K on Twitch. Central Europe is a huge Trainz map. They also, Brand and Sweda, not Sweda, Slovak, of course, Slavic Eagle, also live stream when the internet is okay. Driving games, that sort of thing. Also Trainz. Yeah, Slavic Eagle really knows what he's doing with Trainz. Yeah. Right. And yeah, I think that's it for shoutouts, really. Let me just quickly read chat. Then I'll mention that the stream will be archived, and then I'll end it. Thanksies. This is my final words. You're my favorite streamer. Bye, 3. Have a great rest of your day. You too. See you on my side of the stream. Haha! Those weren't your final words. You said something more. OMSI2 and ATS this Sunday. But it's usually... Oh, right. Of course. Sorry, I forgot. Yes. Yeah, this Sunday, he's going to switch out Trainz for ATS, but he's still going to OMSI. They weren't your final words after all. Bye. Yes, so this stream will be archived on YouTube. It's just Paradise, the channel. You can have a look if you want. You don't have to. If you're seeing this, you probably already are looking at it on YouTube, unless you're looking at it on Twitch in the temporary archive. But anyway, 23 minutes over time. I think that might be a record. Anyway, sorry it took that long. My mistake. But thanks, bye, and thanks again, Paradise. All the hearts, yes, thank you very much, bye.